Hello everyone, welcome to our channel University of Political Science. Now we discuss about types of government or what are the different types of government. Some writer on political science classify in form of government as the form of the state, but it is wrong. There can be no form of the state. All states are alike in either natural and all combine the same essential element population, territory, organization, and unity or sovereignty. Difference in population and territory do not make any difference in their status of statehood. A distinguish is sometimes made between a city-state, nation-state, and a world empire. But this distinguish has no partial value in political sense. For the classification of states on the basis of territory and population is a very historical description and fallacy coming down for Aristotle time when no distinction was made between the state and government. To classify state on the basis of unity or sovereignty is also impossible. All states are sovereign and all sovereign states are equal. It is therefore illogical to classify equals. But state to differ in their organization. The organization of the state is its government and it is through instrument of the government that the state formulated, express and realize its purpose. The purpose of every state is the same. The well-being of these people and the form of government is expression of the way in which all purpose of the state is to be realized. This involves the problem of determining in those hands is vested the legal authority of the state. To what extent is actual is made of it. What are the instrumental of organ employed in this use and what rule or procedure are followed by such organ in performing their function. This different are ways from the state to state and matter good deal in differentiation of the organization of the state from another. The form of government is therefore the actual basis of division. The study government geographer look at the following types: who rules and who participate. System, how the power is distributed. Types of government are based on the on key question: who govern and what is the citizen participation. There are three types of government: autocracy, oligarchy, and democracy. Autocracy, government in which the power to govern is held by one person. Generally, the power of ruling inherited by the military force. There are three types of autocracy: dictatorship, the leader has not been elected and is forced to control all aspects of social and economic life. Example, Adolf Hitler in Germany and Joseph Stalin in the Soviet Union. Absolute monarchy. A monarchy has a king, queen, emperor or empress. The power is usually there or passed down. They are passed down from family members. The monarch has absolute power, meaning they can make all decisions without consulting anyone. And constitutional monarchy, kings, queens, or emperors share power with elected legislature. Generally, the king are nothing more that figurehead. The government is democratic one that limited monarch power, example Great Britain. Oligarchy, a government in which a few people, such as dominant clan clique, have power. The group get their power from either military, wealth, or social status. Election may be held but offer only one candidate. Greek city-state. Democracy. In a democracy, the government is ruled by the people. There are two forms of democracy: direct democracy People vote on all the issue. Representative democracy, people elect representatives that give them the power to vote on issues. United States. Individual freedom and equality is valued. Free elect are held. Decisions are based on majority rule. All candidates can express their view freely. Citizens vote by a secret ballot. There are two major forms of democratic government: parliamentary, presidential. Parliamentary democracy, a voter elected member to the parliament, legislature. Parliament has two houses: House of Commons, House of Lords, two chamber, legislature two chamber. The political party with the most vote in the House of Commons, those is the Prime Minister, the government leader with no length of term, set length of term. The little farm is most member being a novel having inherited their title. Presidential democracy, a voter elected legislature, voter elected indirect to the president. Therefore, in the president system, voters have more direct say about those who serve in two branches of the government: legislature and executive. Legislature and executive. Parliamentary system and president system. Parliamentary executive select, legislature select, elect citizen. Citizen elect legislature, legislature select executive. Presidential, citizens select executive, elect executive, and elect legislature. Parliamentary system can one system elected by the people, but like a member of parliament elected by people. But all member of parliament decision select a prime minister who have prime minister. But presidential system elected president and elected legislative member. Putting it all together, the United Kingdom as an autocratic constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy and a unitary system. The United States is a presidential democracy with a federal system. What do these systems mean? Do you remember what are three types of government? What are the three systems of government? Aristotle classification may be stated in the following tabular form: rule by one, normal monarchy or prohibited tyranny. Rule by few people rule by this country. The normal form of the aristocracy, prohibited from of oligarchy. Rule by many, normal form of polity and prevented form of democracy. 2 points about this classification deserve attention. First, Aristotle draw a clear distinction between aristocracy and oligarchy, whereas modern usage does not difference between the two, and we often use them synonymously. Secondary, democracy or Aristotle had not the same meaning as it has for us. He regarded it is preferred from a mob rule, whereas we regard democracy as the best form of government. The preferred form of democracy, according to the modern use, in democracy or oligarchy. Therefore, modern sociologists have clearly shown there is no government of the many, all government are really government of the few. What in fact oligarchy? Nowhere in this world we do the people or even a substitutional member of them. In one state, the exercise of government is left to a few hands, while the determination of policy is actually in the hand of yet similar minority. The political leader, the cabinet in Britain, in the supreme authority, the magnet of policy, as a Barker called it, and it now consists of 16th or 18th member. The actual determination, control and direction of cabinet policy results still in the few hands, the inner cabinet. The executive power in the United States of America was vested in the president. He has this cabinet, but those rule of cabinet there is simply advisory. The policy followed from the president through is the may be influenced by the advice rendered by the cabinet. In spite of this defect, Aristotle classification was accepted in fundamental till quite modern time. The modern writer drafted the ethical of qualitative basis and classified government on the quantitative basis only. Three old fold classification of government, monarchy, aristocracy, democracy become the generally accepted norm till with the end of the world at first. When democracy merged to other, except for a subset country, colony, dependencies or trusted territorial and others, the dictatorship has been established. And the modern writer Montesquieu proposed the fold division. Fold division, republican, monarchical, disparate government. The republican government is that in which is the people as a body or often a part of the people possess the sovereignty power. Under a monarchical form of government, there is rule by one single person, but the governed only by fixed and established law. In a despotic government, on the other hand, there is a single power who rule, but authority without any law and the conduct everything according to his will and caprice. How long can be particular form of government last? Montesquieu replied, is that it depends upon the president is given society for the particular state which is characteristics of the form. Rousseau divided government into monarchy, aristocracy and democracy. He substituted aristocracies in three from manual, elective and hereditary. He considers elective aristocracy as the best and hereditary the worst. Rousseau was a great champion of direct democracy. He also admitted the existence of the mixed form of government. Montesquieu gives another classification. He accepted Aristotle's classification as fundamental, but added it one form of this one. His division was monarchy, aristocracy, democracy, and theocracy. Theocracy is that a form of government which the supreme power in attributed to God or to a god or to some superhuman being or to any idea. The man who exercises authority are described the god or god. Theocracy according to the Montesquieu is a normal form of government, but when it becomes private, it is idolatrous. Such classification, however, seems quite fallacious. This modern political scientist separated religious from politics, and he does not bring God into his division of form of government. His task is an allocated sovereign power and respect for all in turn and purpose. Either is one person or a body of person, but exception still there is in the case of the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Muslim Arab country, Pakistan and Afghanistan, a reveal of the Muslim fundamentalism aims of to establish a government governed by the law of Islam, strictly in the conformity of the presupposition of the Quran. Some trace of democratic institution may seem to exist, but the structure is entirely theoretical. Recent classification with the embrace of the welfare state, distribution based on socialism and private entrepreneur is wearing petty thin. Then this necessity to reason of the traditional method of classification, our approach should not be confined merely to outer form as the give one clue to the real purpose of the state. Paddy wrote 150 years ago, when it shall be said, may food are heavy, neither ignores nor distress is to be found among them. My jails are empty or a prisoner. My spirit be begins an anxiety not in want. The stakes are not oppressive when those things are said, when then may the country boards of its government. The primary purpose of every state is the same of every government is served by the community with the double tracks of maintaining what. MacIver called in established code of living and adjusting the order a new condition and emergency need. It doesn't matter that the head of the state is called. We shall assign to a particular government proper place and level by knowing that actually doesn't in realizing the purpose entrusted in charge well-being of the people. Well-being and well-feeding are not synonymous. Well-being means expansion is the human freedom, such as it is a question of liberty in all aspects. On the political front, it implies responsibility for the government. However, government is representative and constitutionally responsible for its action depend upon the size of the electorate and the freedom the enjoy influence in law. The Greek statement, albeit is the remark that the self-freely says that a law adopted by the popular assembly was nothing but an arbitrary act when the majority imposes on the minority without first sending the letter. Thank you very much. Thank you.